Hello FIGGIE fiends and collectors, this is me, Daniel East 1000, back again with another Indiana Jones Adventure Series figure review. Today we're going to be having a look at another character from the new film Dial of Destiny. Of course, if you want to check out my thoughts on the film itself, as well as a look at the main protagonists of the film, Indiana Jones of course, and Helena Shaw. Link will be up there. But today we're going to be having a look at Renaldo. Very weird choice, I do have to say, on Hasbro's part. Especially considering it's a bit part played by Antonio Banderas. I'm really kind of scratching my head a little bit why we got a figure of this character. But nonetheless, before taking a look at the figure itself, as always, we'll have a look at the packaging. Of course, you've got Indiana Jones Adventure Series at the top there. A nice CGI render of the figure itself. A nice bit of artist illustration of the character there as well. Notation of the build an artifact feature, name of the character, and a ton of legal garb at the bottom there, and the notation about plastic packaging free. On the other side, you've got the Indiana Jones Adventure Series logo at the top there, and some pictures of the character from the film. Although, of course, this character doesn't really appear that long in the film, so there's not really too much imagery Hasbro could probably choose from, but nonetheless, you've got that notation, the plastic packaging free as well. On the other side, you've got the rundown of the build an artifact feature, showing off the 6 figures in this wave and the pieces that you can use to build said build an artifact accessory. Of course, a load of legal garb there as well. And on the back, you've got, again, CGI render of the figure itself, notation about the build an artifact feature, film that the character's from, name of the character, a rundown of the accessories as well, and a ton of legal garb at the bottom there, and at the bottom there as well. So that is the packaging out the way and done with. Let's take a look at the figgy itself.
Ready!
Indy?
So here we have Renaldo in all his fortune and glory. This, as I've aforementioned, is a very interesting figure choice. He's not one of the main characters from the film, but he does feature quite heavily in the promotional posters and artwork, which is kind of weird. There's lots of figures straight off the bat that I could say that we should have probably got over this guy, particularly from Dial of Destiny. Just because we haven't had Teddy, he's got way more screen time than Renaldo. Likewise, Jürgen Voller's cronies. So why have we got this? I think we can only really chalk it up to star power. The fact that the character is played by Antonio Banderas.
It's not a long character, it's a small character, but it's beautiful because he helps Indiana to obtain something that he needs at this particular moment against the Nazis, and but it's not a long character.
And there's no complaints to that, and I do have to say as well, this figure does look absolutely fantastic. What I thought was probably going to be a really, really weak figure in line, but Hasbro's done a great job with it. So let's just have a little focus in on some of these details. The head sculpt and likeness to Antonio Banderas is really, really good, as we've come to expect. Of course, he's kind of got this sailor vibe because he is a sailor and diver by trade. He's got this blue shirt. Of course, his arms are exposed, and on one of the arms, you can actually see a tattoo there. And of course, on the other arm, he's got this watch, as well as a anchor tattoo on his hand. His shirt's very, very weathered. Kind of got like some sandy textures there, like it's not been washed. His trousers as well, and the belt buckle on that. A really interesting detail to note is the fact that he does have a sort of leg splint, because he does walk around with a bit of a limp from some sort of injury.
So Spain's greatest frogman has a shit boat and only one good frog leg? Stop it.
I'm guessing it's some kind of nautical incident that's happened to him. At glance, extremely basic figure, very similar in ways to Jürgen Voller in the fact that he comes with literally 2 accessories. The hat, of which is removable, so we get a better look at his head sculpt there as well. Very, very nice hat, I suppose. So you can pose it in different ways and have it sit, you know, varied. Additionally as well, you could probably have him hold it if you did want. And then not only that, but he does come with a walking stick. And it's not really got any paint application on it. It's just mainly sculpting. You've got this fancy kind of ridged look on that. So yeah, it is worth noting as well, I do like the posing on the hand, of which is perfect for the walking aid. That's all the accessories that he does come with. Although it is worth noting that he does come with the Build an Artifact piece, of which fortunately enough is this chunky piece of plastic, of which acts as the main table for the Grail table. Again, just like Jürgen, this piece is quite a big blocky piece of plastic. Of course, you've got the ridges there where the Grails would sit, also the part that, also the backing piece of the Grail table, and at the bottom you've got where the legs plug into. Yeah, just this big blocky piece of plastic. And that's all he really comes with, and to be honest, I can't really think of any other accessory you could give him. So, moving on into articulation, he has a ball jointed head on a ball jointed neck, butterfly joints in the shoulders quite amazingly, although it is quite limited potentially due to this shirt that he's got. Ball jointed shoulders, ball jointed elbows, ball jointed wrists, ball jointed torso, ball jointed hips, ball jointed knees, swivels at the tops of the ankles, ball jointed ankles with the rocker joints as well. So you can get this guy in some really, really good dynamic poses. There's really not much I can say at all about this figgy. This is just such a weird choice. I'm struggling to try and pick out points to make me want to recommend it to you, but I do have to say, I've not been able to put this figure down. Again, kind of similarly to Jürgen Voller. It's a very basic looking figure on paper, but in hand, I've been really enjoying the sort of generic, plain Jane sort of posing that you can do with this guy. Again, it's not the first choice of character that I think most Indiana Jones fans would be screaming for, but the fact that we do have an Antonio Banderas figgy is quite cool. But again, this is going to be a peg warmer. There's no doubt about that at all. I'm really pleased that I picked it up, particularly just to get the Grail table piece, but it's going to really vary on your mileage if you're going to pick it up or not. Let me know though, sound off in the comments down below. Tell me what you think. Is this a figure you're going to be picking up or holding out on? And well, as always, this is me, Daniel East 1000, signing out. Thank you very much for watching.